So are you first talking about your scissors?
Mhm.
Okay, there you go. I'm going to give you the space.
You all can be up here. There's plenty of
There's
space.
plenty of space.
Good morning, guys. I'm trying to get Instagram up here and going. There it goes.
Oh, here, let me take this away. No, the whole thing.
It's gonna be a crowded house today, but it's okay. It's all good. It's all good. Can you see where you're at?
I can see where I'm at.
Good morning, everybody. It's Quilt Talk, and we're not Joshua. There's Joann, though.
Yeah, I'm here. And this is the first time I've actually been able to see what's on, what you guys are seeing, which is really kind of fun. I'm always in the dark, sort of.
You notice it takes two of us to replace Joshua, and we only need one Joann.
Yes.
So we also have
I don't know what
we also
that
have
means.
Joshua here.
Yes.
So it actually takes 3 people.
We needed to have him here. So there he is.
In spirit. So good morning, everybody. I'm just getting everything up. If you come on in, say hello and where you're from so we can acknowledge you. I don't have my phone, so I can't check to see if we're working on Facebook. Just hopefully we're working on Facebook. Give us a thumbs up.
I can check. We can check.
There's nobody watching. It says 0 up there. That makes
Not good. Not good.
Where's everybody? Just because Joshua's not here doesn't mean we're not going to go live.
He's watching.
Ooh, I didn't know that. No nervous. Made me nervous again, like Saturday. Well, that was awful. Dot told me it was the fastest live ever, and she wasn't wrong. Why
Yeah,
are we
he's
not getting
watching.
any internet or anybody watching us on Facebook? Why are we? Now we'll try it that way. Wait a minute. Because we probably were on the wrong channel. That would be why we weren't live on Facebook. Let's try it again.
Good morning.
Again. We were live on Joshua's account.
So are we back?
Hey, we're having fun here. Well, everyone joined us on Instagram, so welcome everybody on Instagram. Thank you so much. We got that set up right. I didn't get that set up right on Saturday, but now we are on Facebook.
Okay.
I think. I hope. Did you pull it up on Facebook?
No, I'm
Okay.
not that clever.
Please.
We're fumbling through this. Oh my gosh. Is she the first? Well, technically on Facebook, yes. But on Instagram, we have a couple people. We have Denise and we have Jody on Instagram. So good morning, everybody.
If that's my Denise, hello, Denise.
Which Denise is your Denise?
No, last time, so I'm glad when I remember first names.
And just
Remember
remember,
so we can see her.
That's right. So now you know you have to be over. We're gonna be a little closer.
A little closer. Let's get closer now.
Get close. I'm taller than you, Maria. You're the only person I'm taller than my granddaughter, who's only 6 months.
This is kind of cool because they're all about the same height.
About the same height.
Or not, Joanne and I are not like this.
Except for Josh.
Oh yeah,
There's Josh.
I'll share. So he's there. Oops, I'm covering him up. There we go.
There we go.
There we go. So good morning again. This is going crazy already this morning, and like you missed the conversation. It takes 2 people to replace Josh. But we don't need to replace Joanne because it's only just 1 person. So she's here.
That's how important I am.
See, Denise Gallio is
Okay.
on. So, good morning, Janice. Good morning, Louise. Good morning, Miss Linda. Good morning, Deanna. Good morning, Angelina from Omaha. I'm making sure I haven't missed anybody. And I said good morning to Trist. So I don't have my phone, so I can't tell who's coming on Facebook. So please say hi so we know you're watching and we can be really goofy and silly today. So obviously we're missing Josh.
So Josh is not goofy and silly.
Sorry. Just a tad.
He's more uniform. His goofy, it looks like it's planned.
Oh,
Ours
okay.
really looks bad. So, we've got Maria here. We've got Joanne's going to talk about some new. What are we going to talk about today? I don't know. It's a secret.
It's a secret.
Okay.
All right.
Maria's going to talk about sharp things. So, if you guys don't know, it is June's Spectacular Jamboree Month. Yeah, say that 5 times fast. It's really hard to say. Oh my gosh, he is watching. Joshua was watching.
I told him.
day and what time do you have to be up in order to see us here?
Well, it's 12 hours ahead
So it's 9 o'clock.
at night.
Oh,
So,
At night.
so he's in bed like this. Maybe.
I hope you're having a great time.
Yeah, we all do that. Yeah, we all hope you're having a fun time. Hey there, Char. Hey, Cindy.
Hi, Shar.
Oh, look. Everyone say hi to Joshua. Oh my god, it's intentional. See, his goofiness is intentional. Ours is not. It just comes out like this. So, you want to start off with our spectacular jamboree? So one of the things we're doing this month is showcasing some products. Each employee is going to come in and talk. Tamara, be ready. Just saying. You don't have next week. I have next week, but be ready, Tamara, to talk about things. And one of Maria's things that she loves is this amazing seam ripper. So she's going to show it. I don't know if we can demonstrate it properly because let's see if I can bring the camera down. We're gonna play around.
So, is everyone familiar how you're supposed to use a seam ripper? There's actually, I think most people are using it incorrectly. And so I'm hoping Maria's going to show us how
She is supposed to show us that.
correct way of
I
using
will
one.
try to show you.
Oops.
I will try.
You'll
How's
try?
that? Because
Okay.
I know you'll correct me if I'm
No,
wrong.
but I know that whenever I use a seam ripper, I tear the fabric. So I'm hoping you'll
Oh.
tell me how not to do that.
So one of my favorite tools is this particular seam ripper.
Get that mug out of the way. Get Josh's mug.
Let's see. There it is.
Yeah, you're looking
Okay.
right here. Mhm.
So one of the reasons is because it has this rubber tip and this rubber tip. So people go, oh, what is that for? Well, I will explain in a minute. But one of the things is that this little point here, and there's a little blade under here, and that stays really, really sharp on this particular seam ripper, and is the best thing that I have ever found. I love them. I have it in every machine, and I have. You don't want to know how many machines I have, but anyway.
For another day.
This is one of the best things that you can use. Now, this particular one has a little bowl right here, and this is to protect your fabric when you're ripping your seam. So one of the things that they tell you to do is to take a couple of little, if your seam is all the way down to here, just take a couple of one out and then put in your seam ripper, the ball inside, and just go
Looks
Like
at that.
butter.
like butter. Okay. So then you have all this thread and all this kind of stuff, and you take this little rubber tip and you just wipe it off, and there's all your threads are gone. All your threads are gone. And this is one of the best ones that I have found. I love it. It's really easy. And again, I will show it to you all inside. Take a couple of stitches out. Well, if I could only open the seam. And then inside, there you go.
Whoa, that's awesome. It's a perfect
Very
sound.
So, Maria, tell me something.
Yes.
Is there any difference between this on the bottom and this on the
It's
top?
just this one is bigger, so you can just do this
Mhm.
faster.
And I want to make a point that you're not rubbing the fabric.
No.
Like a lot of people think you have to rub hard to get
No,
the
you
threads
don't.
because
You
otherwise you'll stretch your fabric.
You don't. It's really, really, really. Let me see.
Here,
There you go. Okay, so here's some thread, and you just go
just brushing
real
it off.
easy. You're just brushing it off. It comes right off. And here's all your seams.
This is very cool. So far, we've been on for 10 minutes and I've already learned something. Thank you, Maria.
Yeah, anytime. We have them in 2 different colors. We have them in pink and in purple, of course.
Yes.
Words.
Another little that I love is the Kai scissors. They are perfect for when you are doing embroidery. So this particular one has a curve. If I can get it out. Tip. I don't know if you could
It's right here.
see it.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah,
See
that's
it?
it. Mhm.
And it's just nice and soft and is really a cool one.
Is that one sharpenable too? Will they sharpen?
Yes, they are sharp. All of our guy will do this,
Those scissors will.
even this little one. He
Wow.
will do this little one.
Wow.
And again, this is another one. This is one of my favorites also. And you see how it curves here, because when you are cutting your embroidery, especially when you're cutting around your embroidery, you need that little curve to go around.
So like machine applique is what you're thinking?
Correct. Now there's several.
Wait.
Okay,
So one of the
I'm
things
sorry.
we were just discussing before we were on was how good the Kai scissors
Yes.
are,
Mhm.
and just they're a little bit. If you're used to using a Ginger and you're starting to find that they're feeling really heavy, they're a nice weight,
Mhm.
they're a nice size. They just never seem to need sharpening. I have a pair that I've had for years, and I use them all the time, and I use them on everything. I use them on paper. I think I've used them on thin wire. No. Oh. I use them on fabric. I use them to trim my quilts on the long arm. I use them on everything, and they are always reliable. So always feel very confident if you're looking at Kai scissors and thinking, well, I've never heard of them, or what are they like, or whatever. Always feel very confident about buying them because they are great scissors.
Yes, and they also have the straight ones, the little ones that are straight. This is also fantastic. Again, they're super, super sharp. Where am I? That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
cutting through fabric. And normally the little scissors you don't think about. You think they're just for threads, but
Yeah.
no, they'll cut through fabric.
And if you're into collage work, this is the first time I'm seeing these scissors, but the handle on them, I am a great endorser of the Karen K. Buckley scissors, but these are also really nice. And for the smaller pieces, the Karen K. Buckley smaller scissors are not quite as strong as these are. So if you're doing you're cutting out small intricate areas, these are very nice, and they have the little bit larger handles, and they're nice and sharp. They cut right to the point, which are both things that I really appreciate about the Karen K. Buckley scissors. These are just beautiful scissors. I'm so excited. This has like made my day.
Oh, good.
So we also have the
Okay. Buckley scissors.
we have different sizes and different styles. It's all what you like, but these are the ones that I prefer, especially when I'm doing embroidery. These are my two favorites. Again, I have them all around my machines.
Does the Kai come with serrated edges too? Do they have serrated scissors too?
No,
They don't. They're straight.
no,
So that's one of the big difference.
They
With
do have some scissors, and I can't remember which ones they are, but some of their scissors do have serrated edges. But I think it's more their dressmaker scissors.
Oh, okay.
they're about this big.
Yeah.
There's one that is this big, and then there's
Yeah.
one that is about that.
I think the regular size ones
Because
are
we have one.
more likely to be in there.
So anyway, today and tomorrow,
You doing tomorrow too?
yeah, I'll do it tomorrow.
She's in
You-
charge, not me.
Yeah. 15% off on all your Kais and all your Karen. Okay. And your seam rippers. 15% off. So give us a call if you need one, or come by the store, because we have lots and lots and lots of specials here
Always.
all week long.
I
So
think they really want to impress Josh when he gets back about how much they've sold. How
He's
efficient
watching.
they
He's
were.
watching. We don't want to tell him, so don't say a word. We don't want to let him know that we're doing these specials. These
I really like these. These are
Unique
much lighter
things.
weight than what I'm using.
I like how they curve. They're perfect for going, machine applique. I think they're
Mhm.
awesome.
Yes, exactly. Okay.
All right.
Who's next?
All right. Well, first let's say some people had some questions. Louise says she loves the small scissors. I saw a good friend from Tennessee on. Hello, Miss TC. If you're still on, good to see you. She's on YouTube. Sheila, good morning, Sheila. And then Joshua's just rolling his eyes. Joshua said you have perfect hands for modeling.
It's a nice nail polish.
Yeah, don't
Look at ours. Look at them. They're nice.
I'll let my technician know.
Joann and I are now going to just do this.
Yeah.
And we'll just show.
I was looking at my hands this morning and thinking,
It's
oh
okay.
gosh, this look awful.
You've earned every one of those. So, All right, so we got some new fabric. Where should we go? Should we go to Janome first? Should we? You want to do that too as part of the specials?
Yes.
We thought of another special. We're gonna have a blue light special every week, and this week's blue light special. I know it's kind of silly, but we have quite a few of these left over. These are from our All-State Florida Shop Hop. You spend $25 or more, you're gonna get one of these free. They're perfect for labels on the back of your quilt. If you haven't seen them, Live to Create has our address or has our city and our shop on it. But if you spend $25 this week, we're giving them away. Giving them away.
Don't tell Josh.
He's watching again.
But don't tell Josh.
Yeah, don't tell Josh.
Yeah, he'll forget by the time he gets back.
And don't forget, we also have 15% off all our Halloween and our fall fabrics. That's all month long. But we're going to be tossing in some weird specials and unique things over the next couple weeks too.
Really cool.
That was
You like that?
really cool demonstration. Thank you so much, Maria.
You're welcome.
You
You
get
can
to
come back in.
That's right. Let's show some new Halloween fabric we got in right before Joshua left, so he actually did see all this. This is new fabric from Free Spirit and Tim Holtz, and it is called Laboratory. Technically not Halloween, it's just Tim Holtz.
Laboratory?
Laboratory. How do you say laboratory?
Laboratory.
Laboratory? It's the lab.
Go
What
down
is
to
it
the
called? The lab.
The lab. Yes.
I'm thinking bathroom. That's why. Oh, okay.
She's
Never
thinking
mind.
bathroom.
That's what I was thinking. You said, I'm sorry.
It's because Josh is watching. Josh, don't watch. So anyway, this is a great line. We put it with the Halloween, but Tim Holtz has that feel about him. He's got that steampunk, vintage style feel. So it's Halloween, but it's not Halloween. But what are these? These look, to me, these look like
I don't know.
amoeba, blood cell.
They look like blood cells.
When Nancy comes in, Nancy works this week, what, Thursday? She could tell you everything. She goes, oh, that's what that looks like on a slide. I'm like, okay. So you need to come and talk to Nancy this week. Get to know her a bit. She's really fun to engage with, and she was a nurse.
This is a very large collection.
Yeah, we have like 16 pieces. I love this. The body parts. Body parts. This, I would love this line, this entire line. This is some really interesting writing. So here's another one of those, to me, that looks like peas and carrots.
I don't know.
It could be brain matter. We don't know. Nancy needs to jump on and tell us exactly what they are. Hello, Miss Bonnie. Good to see you. Hey there, Miss Sandra. And then we've got some bugs. Beetles, I guess. So there's a big beetle with a big pincher. Some typography.
Oh, I'm taking this too.
Joshua loves this, he says. He's got his little eyeballs popping out of his smiley faces. This one, I have to admit, this is my favorite. This is a chart of atoms. I love this one. It's my favorite piece.
Is that like a periodic?
It is, but it's a little, so it's probably because that's what it used to be called, chart of atoms.
Oh,
This is
okay.
retro. But yeah, it's got all the names and the
They look like license plates.
they look like miniature license plates. So again, a brain matter maybe. Again, we don't know what this is, but it's got a cool texture to it. Ask Nancy. I'm telling you, she was whipping out. Oh, that looks like this. Oh, that looks like this. I'm like, okay.
This looks like rocks on
It's
the
dance.
on this on the
I
ocean.
love this. Now the camera's not showing this really in the true color. It is a more vintage, like tea stain kind of feel to it because you know it's Tim Holtz.
This is also part of the collection.
Yeah, these are some more coordinates and blenders. I like this one too. It's really pretty. If you look really close, you can actually see where it's kind of aged and tea stained a little bit, even though it's not real tea. It's not. It's just the way they printed it.
Right here.
It looks like wallpaper, doesn't it? Oh, this one looks like wallpaper.
Wait.
Oh, wait, not that one?
No, that
We're going to do this one first. It's purple. Hopefully it shows purple. It looks gray, but it really is a lavender color. Can't make it. The light's too bright on it, but it's really pretty and soft. And then we have wallpaper.
Good.
Josh loves the line, he says. We all love the line. We all love fabric. That's just the bottom line. So, neural pathways. Thanks, Sheila. So one of those many things that I didn't know what they was the neural pathways. Hey, Cassie. Good morning. How are you? School's out. Hopefully you're getting better and healing and resting. Well, that's the difference, he says, Maria.
What?
Neural pathways. That was fun. I feel so discombobulated. I do have notes. I used a notepad where Joshua normally has a sticky. I can't write that small. 15% off all Halloween and fall fabric. Maria's reminding me. Don't forget, no, 15% off all her cutting tools. Swinging a pen for 2 days, only 2 days. And then the blue light special, the little charm, you can come in anytime this week and we'll give it to you. The other thing I want to quickly mention, because we do have machines. Janome has 2 more days left and there's 0 financing today and tomorrow. Come on in. We'll talk to you. Maria, I are here both today and tomorrow. We can talk to you about a brand new Janome and get some 0 financing on it. Pretty exciting. Pretty exciting. You could if you asked nicely.
Would you like my?
I'm brushing with my hands.
Let me go over to Instagram real quick to make sure I haven't missed anybody's comments over there. There's a couple people over Instagram. Hello, Instagram people. We don't know their names. I guess that might be Jerry and Carlson. But welcome. We're glad to see you here. Can we shop online? Of course, Sandra, you can shop online. Go to cutupandsew.com. It should be going on the bottom of our screen here. It looks weird on our screen, but
Yeah, I can see it there, but it's hard to see.
weird.
I don't know what
But
that
yeah,
blue-
cutupandsew.com, Sandra. That is where you can find all the fabric we have online. I don't know how it's put in the system, but look for Halloween. It'll be in there.
Or call the shop.
Yep, that's right. Call us. We'll be here. All right. What you got for us today?
I frequently will, whatever I'm doing at home, whatever happens at home is usually what ends up here. So this week I was doing something that's called stitch and flip. And personally, where do we, okay.
Yeah.
So what this is,
I'll fill in on you.
often this is done with, you don't know how hard this is.
Okay, I'm going to zoom in a little bit.
Okay.
they can
So
see it.
often this is done with flying geese, but it's done with all sorts of different shapes. And usually it has to do with doing something that achieving an angled seam. Okay. So with and I've used a flying geese block as an example. So what you do is you take one of your fabrics, your square fabric, and you draw a line from corner to corner. You sew directly on the line. You flip this over, press it out, and once you've done this twice, you have a nice little flying geese. And it's a nice way of making flying geese when the pattern says so. So anyway, so what happens with that is you've made this, and then you have to cut off this section over here. So then you're left with these little triangles. And these little triangles, to be perfectly honest, this fabric cost as much as this fabric up here. And you can do one of 3 things with it. You can throw it away, which is always an option, but it is kind of, it can kind of instill a few guilt feelings about throwing away fabric. You can give it to your friend who really likes scraps, and I'm really into giving away my scraps, or you can make what's called a bonus triangle out of it. So what you do with a bonus triangle, you can do it 2 different ways. So when you initially go to make your put your fabric down, you draw the line from corner to corner as it's done here, and you sew on that line, but you also draw a line about a ½ an inch away and you sew on that line as well. Then you cut down the center. Now I have to admit, I am not into that second line and sewing that second line. For me, it just takes up too much time. So what I do is I stack them very neatly so that they're nice and together. And then I have them all ready should I decide I want to use that little triangle for something. And Maria just gave me this, which gives you you can put this on the initial line, and then you can draw on the other side of it. You have a nice ½ inch. I love these little things. They're really great. So anyway, so you can do that. So then you end up with half square triangles. And so you can, and there's a variety of things that you can do with this. So here are 4 of them. You could use them in your border, make kind of an interesting border. You can make pinwheels. Now, this is going to be a test of my my abilities here to see if I can put a pinwheel together upside down. You can make them into pinwheels. Essentially, whatever you can do with a half square triangle, you can do with this. And you can just do a variety of things. You have it already. If you're working on another little quilt and you want a little something to make it sparkle a little bit, you have something you can make with this. So that's that. The other thing you can do is once you have several of them, you can make a little quilt. So this was all left over from another quilt that I made.
Tiny.
And each one of these blocks is probably it was probably cut at 2 inches. And I put them together to make this little table topper. And it happens to be one of my favorite. Came together real nicely. It was real easy to quilt it right on my machine without any problem. And it's just really cute, but it's all leftover fabric. So as far as I'm concerned, this is a free quilt because it would have been thrown away if I hadn't decided to do this. And all of this was just left over from a stitch and flip project. So that's what I have for today.
Other stitch and flip techniques. Have you ever heard of a snowball block? I
Yeah.
know you have, but it's the same concept too.
Mhm.
A number of those are really tiny, but I know people. Well, those are what 1.5, 2 inches squares.
These here, yeah,
They're small.
they're small.
They're tiny.
But yeah, the snowball is a real common place to see that used. Sometimes, also sometimes you'll see like a rectangle that is snowballed off at the top, and that's another place where that stitch and flip technique is used. You come across it from time to time, but the idea is don't waste that fabric because it'll come in. Those little triangles, half square triangles, are really cute to make.
Nice. That's a lot of fun. Well, thank you. That was awesome. This is called a magic wand, and we do have some of these in stock too. What are they? $9, $8.99, something like that. So, well, those are great. So,
Yeah, so it gives you a half an inch. It's a half an inch wide. It has a nice fine line that goes down the center. So you put that fine line, and then it gives you a 1/4 of an inch, so you can tell where your 1/4 of an inch is. If you're drawing lines on your fabric or whatever, it's a great little tool.
Right. The only thing is, it's not a cutting ruler. Don't use it. I've known people that use the rotary cutter. It's too thin and it'll break real easily.
And not only that, but you'll cut your finger.
Well, that's true too. There's that, But it is June's spectacular jamboree, so
Yeah,
a little blood's okay.
Yeah, a little blood among ghostly friends.
That's right. Good morning, Judy. Good morning, Sam. Sandra says a beautiful quilt and great technique. Joann, I love your idea with those leftovers. So if I sound like I'm repeating comments, it's because not everybody can see all the comments. So that's why we're trying to share them. Bonus quilt. Yeah, I agree. That's cool. Bonus quilt. So I'm going to talk. You want to show that? Or you want to wait till study hall?
So just in case, I just never make it to study hall. So it sounds too much like what I had to go to when I was in trouble in school.
You went to study hall when you were in trouble?
I was a rebel.
Oh, wow.
There is no doubt about it. So this here is the quilt for August. The black with this. Just if you're thinking of doing this quilt, you can look online. This is called a double aster block. You can see a variety of ways of doing the color. The drama of this particular quilt is because it has a black background, and the fabrics that are used for the star go from medium to light, and those light colors really sparkle in here, and it's just a great little quilt.
There's a lot of inset seams, so you're going to teach
There are no inset seams. That's
really cool.
If you have made a quilt before, whether you made it well or just made it, you can do this. This is not a difficult quilt to make. It will hone some skills of yours, but for the most part, it's pretty basic. Mostly half square triangles, just putting together a quilt. Now so that's August. For September, we'll be doing what's called a convergence quilt. Now, this is another quilt that is not particularly difficult to put together. It does make you think a little bit. It's a Ricky Timms design, and what he bases all these strips on is something called the Fibonacci method, and it's a mathematical thing. Once you get into math, my brain just sort of empties out, and I have no idea what that means. My husband could tell you, but I can't.
We should have him quilt talk.
We should. It
That would
should
be fun.
He can talk math to you. So anyway, but it is a really fun little quilt to make. The sample size will be 1/4 of a whole quilt. So if you want a size that's about this size that you can put on a table or whatever, this is a perfect size for that. But if you want a full size, a real quilt, it takes 4 blocks like this. It's a great quilt for if you have a son or a husband or a grandson, or just it's great for a man because it doesn't have all the feminine foo-foo stuff. Yes, perfect for it. So
Except yours is foo-foo because you got flowers in it.
Yeah, well, it is my quilt.
It is your quilt.
So anyway, it's a great quilt and easily attainable.
And that's coming in September. I don't have it on the web yet. I will, but
Yeah, because I have
this is what's on the web right now, and it's filling up. Believe it or not, our classes are filling. And then this is another new class. I forgot to change the backdrop today, so this is what we talked about in study hall. Because on Saturday I talk about classes. I'll try to slow down this next Saturday. Talk about classes. Dot kept telling me how fast I talked. I'm sorry, Dot. But so yeah, this is the August class, and that'll be September. And you're doing a follow-up binding class too in June, right?
Yeah. So we had 2 weeks of binding, which was really fun, and I was amazed at how many people actually finished. The idea was the first week we did just kind of different binding techniques and different ways you could bind your quilt. The second week, I had everybody bring in a quilt that they wanted to bind. And I was amazed at how many people in that, 3 or 4 hour time period. With us, it's not really 3 hours because everybody's talking too much. But how many quilts actually got completed during that class time. And so I was really proud of my class. So, but there were a couple of things that they wanted to do a little bit more because they spent most of their time working on the quilt. We wanted to do a scallop edge and learn how to do the scallop edge, and also wide binding. So this Friday, coming Friday.
Not this Friday.
I'm sorry, not this Friday. The following Friday.
The 14th.
The 14th. We'll be doing just kind of a follow-up for the binding.
I'll put that on the calendar this afternoon.
Okay.
So, wow. Well, thank you. I'm so glad you're here. I was a mess Saturday, right? By myself and the dummy. It was awful.
Just a little bit.
And we got peanut gallery now.
Do not call Josh the dummy.
I didn't call him the dummy. I said I was with the dummy.
Oh,
It was me and the dummy Saturday. It was rough. So
it's always
that picture of me in the back is hilarious. That was Maria's idea. I mean, well, great. That's nice, Josh, that you like that. Tamara's dress. Yes. You're going all out in a dress and your shirt. So this is your shirt. We put the Live to Create sticker up there too. So big cult horse, he says. Well, we do miss you, Josh, and miss Shan as well. So I hope you guys are having a good time in China and then just enjoying yourselves. So, and then making fun of us here live. It's always fun.
That's right.
So we will be back though next Monday. You coming back next Monday too?
I can figure out something else to talk about.
I'll find you something.
I'm sort of draining at this point.
So yeah, that's a great conversation. What would you like Joann to teach or talk about, or what tip or trick are you curious about or wanting to learn more about? The seam rippers were awesome with Maria.
Absolutely, that was the best thing.
Glad you learned something.
We did. I did.
So, but yeah, Joann needs ideas. Give her some ideas. She can't do a full class. It has to be tips. We always come back to something you've done a year ago. We could, pull something out from the archives.
Okay.
Maybe.
Oh, I know.
Okay.
Next week, I did think about next week. Next week, we are going to talk about rules that you cannot break in quilting.
I'm a rule breaker, though.
Wow.
This shall it be interesting.
Wow.
Sandra, you're funny. With Tris, we're working with Tris and Jody as well, trying to get classes online. There's some already on the website for online Zoom, so just check our calendar. But yeah, we're working towards that. Thank you, Denise. Denise says we're all doing great. We're all doing great. So.
What an encourager. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes. Did Joann say she will show how to make prairie points? Did you say that at one time?
I did say that at one time, and I did show them, but I could do that again.
Yeah, we
That's
can
kind
always,
of
we can bring back archives too. So maybe we'll have that in a couple of weeks.
Okay.
Because there's lots of ways to prairie points, and they're fun. Good to see you, Miss Sandra. So that is it. That is a wrap. And I don't know his line. I know your line. I don't know his line.
His line is
Live to
live to
create.
create.
Okay, I got it. I'm normally doing Joann's line if I'm up here on my quilt. So thanks everybody. Come on in, say hi to the rest of us here while Josh is away. We'd appreciate it. We have specials going on all week, and again, Janome zero financing for today and tomorrow only. Have a great day and live to create.
Just remember, there is joy in the journey of quilting.
She keeps adding to it.